How to play versus Truewell.
That's right. We're seeing a rematch of two amazing players right off the start. I'm getting spoiled here. This is an incredible matchup that I was aching to see in this Legend tournament. I'm so glad that Truewell made it in. Pre-bans are coming out. Both Kinky and Ragdoll are on the chopping block.
Extremely interesting, pre-banning the Kinky, so he doesn't need to worry about that last pick that for players nowadays is even more dangerous than a Miho pick.
Nefty's first pick, a good speed lead and a threat. Look at that. Pontos on the other side. Truewell locking down two old granddads on the first and second pick. We actually got a little bit of foreshadowing for this in the last Legend tournament as well, with a lot of Pontos presence.
Yeah, and remember how I talked about we were going to see some Okeanos gameplay, and now his best friend. Ganymede is maybe coming to town, or will he bring another setup? Is it going to be the Ganymede? He might leave that last spot to the Water Ryu, and here it is. Kitian Deshang and Bearing, double speed leads, double AoE strippers, lots of control. The monkey's so oppressive, and this comp in a great counter pick with a Heigang, Evan.
That was amazing. Oh, and of course, it's a force ban. Heigang's passive is too valuable to be left in with that amount of strip. However, that means that How to Play has access to his choice, either a strictly dark speed lead or Nefty's global speed lead, which he chooses to go for. We're going into the first round.
This is all on Swift. Who farmed Giants the most? Turn one is gonna be on the Jogan. What a surprise! He puts him on the scroll. The Bearing is not here anymore. Gets the buff, but misses the monkey, Evan. Very important, but you will get the reset right here and the Pontos with the speed buff. Can he go ahead of everyone? No. The monkey cuts in.
Good. That was such an important reset for Ganymede. Truewell had a window in the opening at the beginning of the match, and he has completely exploited it. He's taken early tempo of the game. Now Okeanos has the opportunity to reset somebody else and opts for the light monkey because he still has that very impactful third skill.
Very interesting choice. He killed it right here, and the Swift runes from him show that they're extremely fast, even outspeeding the #1 person this season. Pontos once again protecting the team, beautifully used. He opted for the slower paced play style instead of just ventilating the Oki and going for the aggressiveness. He just stayed in and kept the team protected, and he misses the strip on 3 of them.
How to Play is just sitting here hoping that this immunity maybe like misses a turn of it, just skips down to 0. He needs an opening, and he doesn't look like he's going to find a chance to get it. Can Han make something happen here with the simple solution? There's just not enough damage without the defense break.
Very good strategy from Truewell. He keeps the team protected. Okeanos is 1 turn away, and once again, he can just seal magic right here, but he opts for the ventilate, the defensive play, knows that there will be a small opening, and he just protects his team. Once again, the Okeanos will have Rain of Stones, the reset, and all the skills on Jogan are available. Oh my god, he should have banned that Jogan.
Full utility here is going to ban out the higher damage potential from Out of Play. This is crazy. Look at how much value Pontos has gotten over the course of this match. So much immunity and invincibility from this side. How to Play just can't make anything happen. He just keeps getting locked down at every turn, and he yields to Truewell. Truewell walking away with 1.
He'll have to think once again on this second match.
I tell you, if that's 6%, he probably knows the answer to that too, so he's probably kicking himself if he happens to know that the 6% would have pushed him over. We're going to have to check those attack bars, but this is going to be an interesting one. Let's see how they pivot. yuensw and Heigang are both getting pre-banned.
Oh my god, how beautiful it is to see a Water Art Master getting pre-banned right here. People complain a lot about this monster, and after its latest buff, it just became such a force in the meta. Ponto's first pick, and he has access to the Ragdoll that it's probably going to be a force ban as well, Evan.
How to Play, again, now we actually might be able to see the answer to that question that we posed before this round started. These picks are starting off fairly similarly to last time. Kitian Deshang coming down early, a Triton with a higher base speed, very high base speed, 116. Finding his way into the draft to try to do some AoE pushback. Truewell with the Ragdoll.
And like we talked about, he brings the Ragdoll. The comp's basically the same. He just replaced the yuensw for the Triton, and now he's going to have to choose. Bans the Tritons, the fastest one. The ban on the Ragdoll, like we talked about, very predictable. The question now is, can he outspeed with a 30%?
We're going to get to see
it in a couple seconds.
This is great. I wasn't expecting to get the opportunity to see it right back to back. It would have changed it.
He got the strip. And he outspeeds, but misses the Pontos, Evan.
He missed the Pontos, but now Nefty has the opportunity to throw Curse of the Beautiful out. So many debuffs on the enemy team. This is the answer to all of our questions. Here comes Pontos. Let's see if he can even it out regardless.
He cuts in a very important speed tuning off the Pontos, being faster than the monkey, because the monkey could have just controlled the whole team. So that's why he chose the 24% last time, knowing that his monkey might have been cut by the immunity giver on the other team. And now there's a huge opening for Truewell once again. His team is all together, very concise, very speed tuned, and this will make him pay. How to Play, facing elimination right here. The reset will come in. He just gives it back. Pontos protects the team. No, Brock, he doesn't go for the protection. Now he goes for it after trying the silence.
all that immunity, all that invincibility. I think How to Play is starting to see the writings on the wall. He's been here before. He's having some deja vu. Unfortunately, that proc is not exactly going to be able to make much happen, and even what it could have affected, it is going to not do so. He's going in the scroll, baby.
Even with the outspeed, Evan, it doesn't matter. Truewell said, all my monsters are basically 3 speed away from each other, so I don't really care if you outspeed me. Your monkey's not fast enough without that lead.
This is so quick as well. The pace of this match is actually pretty blinding compared to some of the other gameplay that we were expecting to see, some of the units that we were expecting to make it in. I think that the Han and the Nefties, be it better or worse, will make the game go faster. Han is there to do damage. He's not known to tank it.
Exactly, very aggressive comps. One of them based on pure CC, the other one based on lots of damage, but was once again cut. The Ganymede together with the Pontos is such a strong combo, protecting the team non-stop. And with this, true other 2 players, Heartbreak and Diligent, also stick to this, or they're going to be with a slower pace playstyle. We know that there's Ragdoll users right here. Gianna might appear a lot in this draft, and I really hope to see a Ciaro tonight.
Yeah, that would be excellent to see a CR. Oh man, it looks like they watched the last game. Pontos getting banned out pretty early there in the pre-ban phase. After that showing too, I'd be afraid of him enough to pre-ban him too.
And that tells us a lot about what playstyle he's going to choose, and he takes away the Gianna. On the other hand, we see Jogun. Is it going to be a Moore? Is it going to be a CR? No, he chooses the Ragdoll. He wants to split those 2 LDs since, and we talked about how Tian Lang was going to be huge right here. 3 of these players own him, so this is going to be pretty interesting.
Tian Lang is not the pick you want to see on the opposite side of your Ragdoll. That's an excellent counter pick, and picking it early too is kind of interesting because it's also a fairly neutral option because it's just a good counter. It's a good unit you want to have on your comp. There's that Lulu that you talked about earlier too.
I'm so glad we see the Lulu. So this is probably a 100% res Lulu. Very strong monster against this comp, bringing in against the Bruisers a lot of sustain. Heals on every skill, has double cleanse, immunity, and right now he says, you want to bruise it up? Well, I'll bring my Jaeger and Molly.
Wow, a Jaeger. This is great. I was just thinking this one is missing damage, and now all of a sudden I can't get. There's so much damage now. This is great. Following up, Diligent following up with a Leica right after it, a Han too.
I really, really like Diligent's draft. He adapted a lot against what was brought to the table. He changes the Han. Is it still? No, it's still the Han. The thing is that the Han is nerfed by its own Tian Lang. Remember, the attack bar gain is not only nerfed for your opponents, but for yourself. So I think that's why he was thinking about it. He was like, should I still bring the Han? It's like bringing, not as bad as bringing a Diana with a Tian Lang, but you still don't get all the value that you could. But now the last pick for Heartbreak is extremely important because he can bring another source of heals. I would really love a bigger actually here. I know he was nerfed, but it's an interesting monster in this, and he brings the Yanhong, another healer, which probably tells him, I'm gonna ban that Tian Lang because I have a lot of attack bar gain and I don't want to deal with that.
And I think that's what Diligent was banking on when he locked in the Han too, because you could see him thinking about that symmetrical effect on Tian Lang's passive, right? But I think when he locked it down, he was like, my Tian Lang is probably gonna get banned, right? Like, there's no way it's gonna make it through here. Notably, there is no source of defense break on Heartbreak's side, so I'm interested to see what that Jaeger's gonna hit for. What? This is a turn of events I was not expecting.
Double trick! Neither was I. I really like the ban on the Molly. It's the main source of heals. Yanhong only has it once. He doesn't have to deal with the glancing, and now there's a big opening. The question is, how many of these monsters are on Will, and how big of an impact will Gianna have on turn 1?
Let's see how much Gianna only having one option, and it's not the option that actually matters because he can't get controlled.
No one's getting stunned in turn 1. No one's like, I don't care about your Gianna. I was ready for it. So blowing it up using skill 2 doesn't really matter. The stun won't stun anyone. So he just saves it.
It's tough. I don't know. It's a close call. Like he wants to save it for the Jogun too. We're gonna have to see what the turn order ends up looking like. But if the Han had an opportunity to maybe lay down some defense break on it, it might have been worth it. And it looks like Jogun is going far first. So that was ending up being a good hold from them.
Chooses to strip so he doesn't get blown up by the bomb with the extra turn. Very well played, very interesting. He prefers to guarantee the attack bomb on the Jaeger. That's gonna hit really hard and kills that Gianna right off the bat.
That was a huge attack buff value on that Jaeger. I was wondering how confident he must be in that Jaeger because there's no defense break on the side. He can just do all the damage regardless with the attack buff from Jogun. That damage facilitation is nuts.
Super clutch stun on the Yanhong Evan. He takes her out. She would have the heal, and now Han finishes it. But he knows that this Han is going down, and everything will be on Leica's back. Can this Leica beat his 2 brothers?
Can he carry it against a Ragdoll and a Jaeger? Let's see some predictions. I guess if there was any Dragon Knight that could do it, it would probably be Leica, but I don't know if it's actually a feasible outcome here. Just Chase going out on Tian Lang, bringing him down to about 10% left. This is it. We are going to see if Leica can face down his 2 brothers and solo Diligent all the way to a victory.
He needs counters, Evan. He needs every counter he can get. One is out. No
That's
counter
not,
on
Diligent
the
is
second
not
one.
happy about
Counter
this.
on the third one. Can he kill right now?
He has to kill Jaeger first. Go.
Justice out.
He did it.
Look, it's a 1v1 and Leica might take this.
Diligent with the Leica. This actually might have just saved him the game. This is going to save him.
This is game, baby.
Leica wins this.
Leica better than Jaeger and Ragdoll, and Diligent takes game one. What a
game point for Diligent as well. If he gets this win right now, he could lock his ticket in for those finals against True Will.
And will they switch it up, Evan, and pre-ban now Ragdoll, Gianna, or do they still want to have those on the table? We saw that the Gianna did nothing this past match.
Zero.
So maybe Diligent is rethinking that. She just took damage, right? Oh, goes for the ban on the light monkey, not wanting to get control, and on the other hand, the yuensw. So a lot of the same monsters that we saw in the first match, and we might go again on the route of bruisers for this second.
Yeah, and like you pointed out, I think those pre-bans really signal that Hardbrick is more than comfortable playing against that Gianna. I think it probably knew that a lot of his opponents were going to present that in a pick ban phase, so he took some of his monsters off Will, maybe made some plans against it, and obviously Jaeger is an incredible counterplay option for Gianna turn 1.
And what I really think is going to be big here is this time the Tianlang is on the other side, so he's probably getting banned because there's a lot of important monsters that gain attack bar on Diligent's side.
Yeah, and we were seeing those picks sort of fall into place for Diligent, just one after the other. He already knew what sort of draft he wanted to bring, given this Chung Peng on Hardbrick side.
Finally appearing. I'm really, really glad it's here. So he has double strip, double reset, but only one speed lead. The question is, does he ban the speed lead or does he ban the interruption, the monster that he's afraid of? Because that Pontos is going to be extremely strong in this matchup. Yeah, and he bans the Pontos and the Tianlang, just like we thought.
Yeah,
very good.
Hardbrick knew what was going on. We've all seen it. We saw the True Whale how to play matchup earlier. You don't want to be in that situation. I think that was a great choice. Let's see if Gianna
a Triton
without a speed lead, we're gonna have to see.
Lead. Yeah,
let's see. He's very fast. 116.
It's gonna be tough.
116 base speed.
I think that Jogun should probably take the turn 1 right here and be able to control the match, hide someone on the scroll. If the Ragdoll is off Will, we haven't seen Diligent's Ragdoll yet, so we have to check if he's on or off Will. That's gonna probably decide the match.
Who gets turn 1 here, and Jogun properly.
He was ready for Jogun.
He was super ready. I think there was only one monster up for the scroll trap. Oh, and the speed buff too. He's got so much in his kit.
Yeah, but he gets cut.
Oh, he gets big time cut by Gianna. She's doing a lot more this time than last round. She's doing a lot more. She's improving.
A lot of damage coming in, and now the Ragdoll can hit on someone with Death Break, lots of damage, and he'll probably lap with this Savannah. Yes, he does. Bomb on one monster that can proc. Is it the Nafties or the Ganny? Puts it on the Ganny. A proc from him extremely strong, and now he can guarantee a kill right here. Who does he go for? Goes for the Nafties just killing with skill 1 or skill 2.
Ooh.
Nope, guarantees the kill. This is going to be a 3v4, and the Gianna will have bomb in a turn.
That was a little bit of overkill, but I kind of agree with it because they definitely presented the biggest threat on the table, but I think a skill 1 probably would have done it, or a Chung Peng attack would have helped too. Look at that silence. Oh, the huge amounts of control coming out. Gianna really proving why she should be in this draft here today.
This is game, Evan. He was like, he had no choice, because if you don't ban the speed lead, you get outfed by the Triton or the Gianna. If you don't ban the Ragdoll, you're going to give a tech bar to your opponent. What he was thinking was, will I give him enough attack bar to cut between my speed lead and the answer, my speed buff, sorry, and the answer was yes. There's nothing you can do about that Ragdoll passive.
Diligent.
Or will they adapt and ban some of the elemental ones? First pick is going to go to the side of Diligent on this one, Evan, and it's going to be extremely important because that changes the mindset on True Will, and he goes for the Gianna and the Pontos on the other side. The LDs are out for game 1.
Gianna is always a safe pre-ban. If you can't decide what you want to do, might as well just lock out the Gianna. We talk about locking out one unit. How about the whole team? There's Ragdoll from Diligent. Again, you see these monsters coming out. Again, this is the real first time when we're seeing people really fight over these units that they want more. We said that's enough, less more. We need more.
We finally see more coming out consistently. The Savannah's in here, and now the PSM. No reset on your side, sir. I'm going to bring my PSM. The speed lead is extremely important. He goes with double AoE strippers, but will he bring an Okeanos or an AoE damage dealer to close this out? What's going to be this last pick? Because if he bans the Savannah and there's not enough damage, and here it is, it's an AoE Death Breaker on Chung Peng. This is very interesting. The Achroma last pick. Very good.
The Chroma, who I believe made a guest appearance at RTA Season 16's Legend Tournament last time. That's a great response, notably able to resist literally everything. It's just part of her passive. It's just how it reads. The Chung Pung was a nice way to round out the draft from Diligent, too, because once you strip everybody, you got to have something lined up. And like you said, Seppi, he was really only presenting one AoE defense break option from Savannah, so having Chung Pung there to reset and defense break, it's too much. True Whale says, get it out of here.
To be honest, I really like True Whale's draft right here because the Molly, together with your Chroma, that is a lot of chance of glancing. And if you glance, you practically do nothing to this beefy tanky
Nothing's
comp.
gonna land. Nothing is gonna land right here. We're gonna see Diligent go fishing for something and come back totally dry.
I don't know. This is bringing a little bit of memories from that last time that we saw no one getting killed. And remember, no heals on that side. So the PSAM, if it's not killed early enough, it's going to hurt a lot because he banned the reset. The Chung Pung, here it comes. Savannah, attack bar reduction. Gets a defense break. She hits super hard. Can he kill right now? He goes for the kill and a huge proc on the Ragdoll to finish off the Jogun.
That's going to be a kill confirmed from Diligent's side. He couldn't be happier with the results of this. There was a lot of chances for stuff to miss, and he managed to get huge returns from his Savannah. Can a Chroma do anything to solo this match?
That's the thing. If he doesn't let this Molly survive enough, the silence was really important. No stun on the Savannah. The Savannah finishes him up, and it's going to be Molly and a Chroma versus the world. He wishes... Oh my god, he chose not to cleanse the death break.
Interesting.
I think he's just going to go for the Molly.
Interesting
choice from the Ragdoll.
Yeah,
very dangerous. Can he get unpunished here? No, 1 HP. No, the lack of cleanse of the death break is really huge right here because now the Chroma can't do anything by it.
That's something that we're going to have to see if it's reevaluated in the pick ban phase before. We remember Gianna and Pontos are now up for grabs after they were pre-banned last round. It's the Face Your Fears mode.
Pre-bound is the pre-banned last round. I love that new word. And the thing is the Ragdoll getting pre-bound this time?
He might. It's like we talk about. It's the Face Your Fears mode. You can get rid of it for a second, but you got to face it eventually. Jaeger and Ragdoll, the two Dragon Knight brothers in the LD side, are both banned. Probably good choices.
Banning the Jaeger, Evan. Is this a telling thing by True Whale saying, I'm going to go control this time? Is it Okeanos coming in? Why is he so afraid of the Jaeger? We might see something different from True Whale in this second match.
Yeah, I think you might have hit the nail on the head there, Seppi. Jaeger is one of those pre-bans that's kind of telling. You're letting your opponent know what you're intending to do before you even do it. But True Whale hasn't necessarily put too much on the table just yet that is going to take advantage of that. We got Ponto's Savannah falling in. Nice elemental diversity on True Whale's side, too, to start off the draft.
I love that. And even though Diligent's not diverse at all, it's very powerful with those two dark net 5s. The Lulu coming in, an extremely important monster against CC comps if he wishes to bring, or kind of dissuading him to bring that Okeanos later on. And the Ganny that does the same job, taking out the combo from the Pontos Ganny. Oh, it's a Molly. Does the same job. And the thing right now is, will he bring something to control this? The double strippers down and the Oki like we talked about. So the Lulu was like, I don't want you to pick Oki. So now that you pick the Molly is a little bit more inviting.
Yeah, Lulu would be right at home in that pick slot for Diligent, especially now that True Whale has committed to the strategy of CC and interacting with his opponent's monsters. Though Okeanos is one of the few that actually has like a lot of like just straight up lockdown potential on his skill, assuming that the Water Ryu isn't on Despair. Juno, nice pick at the end there.
I love this pick. We talked about how strong against Pontos Juno is and how could have been picked on the first matches to try to just go against him. The strip, she's great against the Okeanos as well. And we have another win unit. The question is how many of these monsters are on Will? Does he need to ban the Jogun outright?
Yeah, Juno is one of those monsters that makes you think twice about using Pontos' third skill. So he's banned out, Gianna is banned out. So that tells me we're probably going to be seeing some Will on the side of True Whale here.
To be honest, I'm kind of afraid of that, Ben. I don't know if Pontos was the choice here, because if these units are perfectly speed-tuned, he can get the combo off. The perfection. We saw J-Mac pull it off earlier today, sorry. So the Jogun into the attack buff and speed buff on the Savannah is too powerful. If she hits those death breaks and attack bar reduction, Okeanos is going to send everyone to oblivion.
Yeah, I think the Jogun, the disruption that he offers might have been a more pressing ban, but we're going to have to see how it plays out here. True Whale, let's see if he can show Diligent why he should have pre-banned the Jogun.
Yeah, here comes Jogun. Can he hit the strips? Misses on one of them, but he has another stripper on the Ryu. Gets it. Will the death breaks hit? Yes, sir. Death break, attack bar reduction. The Okeanos comes in. The full combo to the face. I don't know if that was the best choice banning the Pontos. He'll have to bet everything on this Juno, Evan.
This is such a powerful combo, and he's shown him True Whale so excited to get this combo going on Legend Tournament Season 17. This is a pretty incredible showing here. Just the raw power, the meta of Season 17 boiled down into one team. You're seeing it right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what that power is. Juno can definitely put up a little bit of a fight here. I don't know if she's going to be able to solo this entire team.
Yeah, you don't let this through, to be completely honest. The thing is, you'll have many buffs. The Ryu does a lot of damage in a second with the attack buff. He'll save it up so he can next turn because he knows the Juno moves right here. The Okeanos, even with the stuns, the additional damage from the artifacts will do so much damage in a little bit. And now she gets a little bit of heals, but now the attack buff will come in and the damage will hurt.
There's the reset, so now he's going to keep the buffs, all those attack buffs. Diligent, just thinking about maybe banning the combo next.
Will I go back to the combo or will I change it? Because now with the Ragdoll available, that first pick is extremely important. The pre-ban on Pontos and Gianna, he does not want to play against this Pontos tonight, either pre-banning it or post-banning it. And now the first pick will be on Diligent's side, Evan.
Yeah, he's got so many opportunities to ban it tonight, right, Seppi? He can pre-ban it, he can ban it for reals, or he can post-ban it by just sniping it first. There's a lot of chances to get rid of Pontos this year. Tian Lang, so early, and still, look at this. Look at the counters here. Tian Lang is so powerful early. This is great.
Yeah. And now Diligent says, you're not going to get the combo because I'm going to steal it away from you. And we finally see a Ciara. Is the Ciara going to shine tonight? She has been the MVP in so many tournaments. Is she ready to do it again? And here, the Chunk Punk. Probably speed tune, double strip, double death break, very powerful composition from Diligent, a Chroma last pick. I actually like this, the pivot to what he did on game one, but maybe with a change in the play. He can take care, or maybe even the Savannah misses the attack bar reduction. No, he bans the Savannah this time.
Yeah, that's it. It's a really good ban from him. And also, the Tian Lang notably was going to hinder the skill 1 turn cycling from Ciara. So this is an unhindered True Whale comp here. HP 44%. Sometimes I forget how much tank a Chroma can provide if you get her leader skill in there.
I really like True Whale's draft on this one. If he plays it right and no death break stay on, we might see an Achroma Molly very dominant match. Here comes the Yuensw. Turn 1, no one to strip. How fun is that?
That is, yeah, it's one of those turns. It's a little bit awkward, right? Because you don't know quite what to do with him. Let's see if Chung Pung knows what to do. I think he's probably going to try to reset some cooldowns, and that's exactly what he does.
Huge proc and hits two death breaks. The Ragdoll will need a proc to attempt to deal lots of damage right here, but we know that this Achroma can start doing some work, and if he kills the main source of enabling, he can just go through it. He goes for the Yuensw. Interesting because he doesn't want the strip. Maybe he can get the stun on him. And
nice save.
The Tian Lang shining already.
Yeah, Tian Lang's right there to get Achroma's back when it got resisted, making sure that Yuensw doesn't have an opportunity to take away any of those buffs.
Now he does it, Evan. He cleanses that death break, and this time the draft was right, and the gameplay was perfect. With that, there's really no way of killing this comp. There's no death break on the table anymore. Even with the water, Ryu is going to be really tough to deal lots of damage. He can just focus right now, this Ragdoll, and take the damage off the table.
Yeah, True Whale expertly pivoted, did a really nice hybrid of that first team that we saw earlier back in round 1 of the finals today. This is a really good adaptation. Nice proc from Achroma to clean up the more early too.
Yeah, a lot of counters. Molly, Achroma, and Tian Lang against that comp is not going to do you too much, and he chose.
We've got True Whale sitting pretty 2-1 against Diligent. They're the pre-bans. I think we may have an inkling of what gets banned later, what's get picks and banned later. Yeah. That Pontos really bringing a lot of fear. Ragdoll makes a return to the pre-ban phase, and Han is joining him right there.
I like the change to the Han instead of the Jaeger, Evan. Very, very strong monster because he can have the speed lead for both monsters, the Gianna and also the Yuensw. So you take that off his hands and you have an opening. The thing is, this is match point for True Whale. If he wins, he'll get the first ever Legend title for his account. And now the Gianna's picked up already. Will he bring some sustain? Will he bring some control? He knows that might be just a speed fight.
There's a lot on the line here, especially for Diligent. If he wants to get back on the board, he needs to make something happen right now. Gianna and Jaeger. Locking down Jaeger early is actually pretty good, pretty interesting call because he doesn't get crowd controlled, and he's also neutral damage. Mo Long, baby.
I love the Mo Long appearing against the Dragon Knight. He's a really strong monster against Jaeger, against Ragdoll that was pre-banned, but really, really strong bruisers. But now this gives an opening for a Diana pick. Will we see the pony, the magic pony tonight? Or is he going to bring something else to counter these double water units? He sticks with the plan, double strip, Genny with the reset, very good.
This is so classic of what I was expecting from True Whale. He had the Molong waiting just for the right time. This is really cool. I can't wait to see if the Molong actually is extra impactful in this game. And notably, Jaeger can't be put with an ignore defense. Playing with us, True Whale.
Nah, you're not doing that, Demal.
Do
yes.
it. Do it.
And Diana.
Diana's a good
he
choice.
steals the Diana.
The Diana's a good
I love
choice.
That pick.
Stick with the Diana.
Yeah, that's a great pick because the last pick Diana would have destroyed him. Even with the Molly, the Tianlang comes in. You'll probably have to either ban that or ban the reset if you're off will on anyone. Evan, interesting thing. He picked the Lulu into the Gianna. Do you think this is an off will Lulu with 100% rep?
True Whale has been really good about picking off-will units so far into Gianna's, so I'm anticipating that it will be. But I'm expecting the Tianlang's gotta be a force ban, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah, this is tough. He can choose that, or he can just ban the damage also, or ban the reset. I actually really like the Gani ban right here, because then without a tech bar reduction, if he's off-will on a lot of units, he bans the Tianlang. Yep, stayed with it.
Yeah, it hinders the horse too much. Hinders the horse.
Yeah, I'm really afraid of the reset, though. If people are on will right here, Evan, this is going to be tough. I don't feel that this was as strong of a pick and ban like last
Not
match.
airtight. Oh, we're gonna have to see how this plays out. Yeah.
There's going to be some RNG and turn one right here. How many units are will? If he's fully off will, then it was a perfect pick and ban. Let's see.
Notably on will. On 2, Lulu is on will, unfortunately. Let's see. Does Gianna move fast enough to get some stuns? Doesn't matter. He's just going to go for the steal anyway, opting out of the control.
Yeah, he wants to get the reset, but misses the bomb.
Well, Gianna doing her best Ciara impression in the finals. And Gani's Seal Magic, we're going to see just how impactful that is. You know, resetting the Lulu. Lulu notably has very short cooldowns. So we're going to see those cooldowns come right back up, actually.
To be honest, I would be super afraid of the Jogun. And the thing with Lulu is it's not only the cooldowns, it's you still had the strip from the Gianna. So you want the Lulu to put immunity up. So I don't know about this. He'll have to deal lots of damage to the Diana, and the Gani's going to be key here. The Gani needs to hit that glancing on the Diana consistently, but he can just get hidden right here. He hides the Gianna, lets the Gani through because he doesn't want to be stripped from his buffs.
Oh, True Whale. True Whale is feeling it in his bones right now. He wants that legend title. This could be where he puts his foot down.
He can kill the Jaeger. There's not going to be any damage left.
True Whale, this could be it. After all these seasons, True Whale might have a legend title. He's savoring the moment. True Whale, he might have it here.
The lack of will on 2 units was extremely strong, and probably the risk of not using the Gianna turn 1 to save it for the immunity or for the buffs might have cost him, because how do you deal with this Diana now?
There's no way to deal with the Diana. The Diana is just going to cycle so much, do so much damage. These monsters are just going to fall one by one. There goes Woonsa. Gani's next, and soon Gianna's going to come back and suffer the same fate. True Whale, this is quite the amazing show. This was downright tactical.
Like we talked about, the third one is a charm. Third finals for True Whale. He brings it in and shows off with a very strong draft, Evan, on all showings. We didn't see a lot of procs here deciding matches. We saw a strong draft from True Whale. Lots of consistent picks, very different. Bruiser comp, control comp, AoE damage with more, and Jogun. And now the finishing touch with the Diana that was going to counter his picks, and he picks her to